Thomas Tuchel yesterday mentioned that he thinks that the current situation with COVID, fixtures, everything, he just mentioned it's not fair. And he also mentioned, the 5 substitutes. Would you be in favour of the 5 substitutes returning?
Yes. Look, it's. I think pretty much a lot of teams. So we have to put the competition our side and don't say, okay, City has better subs than I don't know which other team, than Southampton. We have better subs than Burnley or whatever. Yes, that's probably true. Whatever that means exactly, because they still how it's Premier League and it can cause us problems and all these kind of things. But if you talk about the quality without playing just transfer market and all these kind of things, yeah, then that's the case. The problem is obviously, so this intensity for a top class football in England is definitely at the edge. Is that right? At the edge. So it means a top class player in England, so plays round about, let me say Premier League, 38 games. Cup games, 2 cup competitions. So even when we don't go to the final, let's just put on another 5. It's 43. They have international games with their national teams because they pretty much all of them play for their national teams. 9, 10 games, 8, 9, 10 games a year. So you can count that. Plus Champions League games. The further you go, the more games it is. So you come pretty quick in an area with more than 50 games. Sorry?
Higher.
Huh?
Yeah,
Higher. Sorry. So my first season here, we played, I think, the final again. The final, it was the 64th game, if I'm right. So yes, now we have squads and can swap and all these kind of things, but there are some key players they only get out when they are injured pretty much. So that's how it is. And now, but now the decision about it is made, and we realized again in the managers meeting, it was like that. The decision about it is made by 14 clubs. So I think you need 14 votes to change it. And there's something wrong, because obviously for most of as an example, Burnley, I'm not sure how many players of them play international football when our players have 3 games, they have no game. So they play 38 Premier League games, cup games, another 2, 3, 4, so makes it 42. So we talk about an issue what some clubs definitely have, some players definitely have, but it's decided by other teams. And because we make kind of a competition of it in this voting, it's like, well, no, they are better than us and stuff like this. And that's a real problem. I have to say that's a real problem, because it's the right decision, especially in this moment, because you bring players back after a COVID infection or after an injury, and because of the games you have to play, they have to play immediately. And then they go out again because you cannot get them off after 60 minutes and because you have to change others and all these kind of things. So that's a real problem. So this wonderful game is so wonderful because usually the player on the pitch are in good shape, are well trained, have well recovered and go for it. And that's why we love the game. But now the situation is clear. If you don't do that, it's just much more difficult. And again, one example is the best league in the world and the most intense league in the world is the only league in Europe and maybe in the world, I don't know, with still 3 subs. And that's not right. It's not. But we came through until here, but I still think we have to talk about it. We have to think about it. We should change it, but it's for the Premier League. Richard Master said he would like to make this decision by himself, but he can't because you need a vote. And this vote is other clubs, which other problems, different problems, say, no, we don't want to have 5 subs. And so I don't see a real chance to change it, to be honest.